In fact, when I spoke to her just right after our last event in Kansas City, I told her, like, I could see you coming on the stage as an EC3 and talking to this amazing group. She's somebody who has so much power, so much charisma, and so much passion for LifeVantage. So please help me welcome to the stage, Angie Harper.
Hi everybody. All right, I have some things to tell you here. Summer bodies are made in the winter. Nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. It's just calories in, calories out. You're gonna regret that later. Eat less, move more. How many of you guys have heard those phrases over the years? Right? I know for me, it's been years of hearing these phrases over and over and over again. Now, we have to ask ourselves, if it's so simple, why are so many people struggling? I want you to imagine waking up and looking in the mirror and seeing the version of yourself that you've been striving for, not just in the way you look, but in how you feel inside. More energy, right? That's a good thing. More confidence, and the ability to enjoy food, because I love food, without guilt or restriction. And that's exactly what happened to me over the last few years. But there's a catch. I didn't follow a certain diet. You know what I did? I changed my daily habits. And I followed a system that you all know about, that activated my body's natural ability to manage weight, reduce cravings, and feel incredible. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how it worked for me and how it can work for somebody that you love, or maybe even yourself too. But first, I want to take you back to younger Angie. I grew up an athlete, playing sports and always exercising, but I also grew up a chronic dieter. My mom used to take me to Body Beautiful back in the day. If there was a new diet fad, you better believe I was the first to try it. And I also was the first to fail at it. So I had years and years of yo-yo dieting, right? Skipping meals, killing myself with cardio, counting calories and points, and taking pre-workouts and eating like really boring and bland food over and over and over again. It's like a wild roller coaster, and you just cannot seem to get off of it. Does anybody out there relate to that? Yeah. So I had two sons, 21 months apart, and I put on 50 pounds with each of them. And then I started on a journey to lose the baby weight, because I knew I had to be ready to tackle being a mom and a kindergarten teacher. Hi, teachers out there. And I did lose most of the weight, but not all of it. So you guys, my baby's now 18, and I'm still working on losing the baby weight. Anybody out there relate to that? Yeah. But for me, my journey to be the best version of myself and to be the best shape of my life actually started 3 years ago when I was 47. So I just told you my age. I am 50. Any other 50-year-olds out there? Hey guys, 50? I'm here for it. 50 is the new 30, they say. So it was actually, it was after college and launched. And for the first time in years, I felt the desire to lift weights again. Mainly because it didn't hurt. I had a bad shoulder. My joints were greased up and they were ready to go. I was feeling good and I was motivated. And I finally started listening to my husband, Garrett, who's the strength and conditioning coach. And he's been telling me constantly over the years, you don't eat enough. Stop with the shakes and salads. Stop skipping meals. Start prioritizing. What do you think? That word that starts with a P? Protein. 100 freaking grams of it, or more. And I finally listened, right? Even though I didn't want to. So over the course of the next 2 years, my body shape changed. It did. I felt better in my clothes. I had more energy. I was learning the benefits of weightlifting. I was walking every day. I walked sometimes twice a day. And I was eating that 100 grams of protein every day, or trying to. But guess what? Doing all that scale that we step on wasn't moving. How frustrating, right? So I decided to hide the scale because it was depressing me. Every time I stood on it, I'm like, what? I've been working so hard. Anybody relate to that? The scale, right? So I decided at that point that this is now my lifestyle. It wasn't a diet, it wasn't a fad, it was simply how I was going to live. Not for 12 weeks, although I did love our challenge that we did. Not for 6 months, not for a year, forever, right? Forever. What a feeling. There was nothing to quit, because it's forever. It just was what it was my life. And as I started the journey of perimenopause, ladies, right? The weight around my stomach, it just dug its heels in deep. It wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't budging no matter what I threw at it. I know you can relate to that, a lot of you. So it was actually end of August of 2024, and I was invited to take part in a trial for a new product, a GLP-1 activator. Yeah, you can woo. But my first thought was, what's a GLP-1? And my next thought was, it's not going to work for me. Nothing works for me. But I went ahead and I dove in head first. And now when I say I didn't change anything, I really didn't. But because I already made the changes, right? 2 years before, remember? And I knew it wasn't a magic pill. I knew that I already had a system in place. I just needed that extra something, right? And after I started the Club 55 experience, you know what I did that was key for me and my team's success? I got my team excited. I flew out to California. I live in Arizona. I flew out to California where most of my team is. Where is my team, by the way? Where are you guys? I love you guys. You guys are far back there. We did 6 meetings in 3 days, and we created a buzz, and we created excitement and energy, right? And this was all before the product even launched. They hadn't even experienced it yet. I did. So they were following me on blind faith. I love that, right? Then after the launch, we did a sales contest. Whoever sold the most GLP-1 systems got to come on a holiday wine weekend with myself and all of our leaders. It was a retreat. And how cute is my team? It was so fun, okay? And it not only helped to build belief, but it also helped to build culture, which is the catalyst to my team's success. And I'm sure many of you out there agree with that. We are only as good as those that we link arms with. And I've been blessed to link arms with the best of the best. I really have. Whew. I encourage you guys, start over again. Launch this as many times as it takes to stick. Now this can only be done if everyone on your team is ready to make it happen. If they're loud, if they're proud, and if they are excited. We all know the saying, right? There's strength in numbers. We all need to lean on each other, especially if you didn't have results that you were looking for the first time, right? Hint, hint. You are going to try it again, I hope, right? You're going to go after your goals again. Just because you didn't have success the first time, get back on the horse and do it. We all need to get back in our, we'll call it a race car, not a horse, right? And we need to finish the damn race. Get back in your car, okay? Stop thinking about what was and start thinking about what could be, okay? So here's what the MindBody system has done for me. It's proved that I can follow through. I can listen to my body. I can create the lifestyle that I want. I can create the body that I want. I'm not there yet, almost. And I can create the business that I want, right? That's why we're all here, guys. Now, it's given me a mental clarity and an energy, this system, that I really have never felt before. It could be the deep sleep, right? I'm sure a lot of you are experiencing the deep sleep. Maybe it's the, how do I say this eloquently, the eliminations that we have, right? They're good. Or maybe it's the fact that my 50-year-old hormones are saying, okay, girl, we got you, right? Maybe that's it. But there's one thing that I know for certain. I know that there are a lot of me's out there right now, not just in this room. I know there are a lot of people suffering, because I'm in silence. I know that there are people that just don't know what to do or how to do it. And that's where we come in. What an incredible feeling, you guys, to know that we have something that can literally save someone's life. Now, I know I don't have to tell you that today, more than ever, people are looking to improve their health and their quality of life, right? And I ask people, I say, I know that you would die for your kids. I would too. But would you get healthy for them? Right? You can clap to that. You can clap to that. And it stops them in their tracks, and it should. Now, I want to talk to all of you for a minute here, and I want to know who is truly committed to getting and staying loud about this product line. And again, I don't care if it didn't work for you, okay? Why would you take this opportunity away from someone else, right? Someone who might very well be the perfect person for this system. Now, Jay Kine said something on our MindBody town hall call, remember that? And it really struck me. He said, if I told you that you would get paid every day for the rest of your life for every conversation you had about MindBody, would you keep talking? Yes. Think about that. Would you keep talking? Truly ask yourself, have you talked to enough people? I know I haven't. Now, I'm going to talk to some age groups here for a second, okay? Anybody in their 20s out there, you young pups? All right. You guys are probably already feeling fit and fabulous, right? So you can sell this, right? People want to look like you. They want to feel like you, and they want to glow like you. You're inspiring your entire generation. Don't underestimate that. Now, can you sell this when you're in your 30s? And you're in the thick of diapers and babies and chaos, right? Absolutely you can, because guess what? Moms are looking, and dads, they're looking for ways to stay home, raise their babies, feel good in their bodies, and still bring in an income, right? It's perfect for them. How about those in their 40s? Raising families and juggling all the things, right? Yes. Your people are thinking about college and careers and what's next, and they're craving flexibility and energy and support, and you can offer that. Now, where are my 50s and 60s crowd? You guys, why aren't you grabbing this and running with it? You're probably empty nesters or almost like me, and you're probably thinking about you, right, for the first time in a long time. You're dreaming of a future. You're craving travel and flexibility and better health. This is it. This is the tool, the system, the community that helps us age gracefully and feel strong and vibrant and actually enjoy this next chapter of our lives. Okay, don't forget, I didn't forget, 70s and 80s. I know you guys are out there. Where are you? Can you believe that? I love it. So I actually know one 72-year-old lady who has lost 16 pounds on this system. Yeah. She's used this to create an incredible team of like-minded women who are all, well, not all, some of them are retired, but they're all loving life, I can tell you that. And I know her really well. She's an MC3. She's on her way to EC1. She was actually my very first consultant ever, and she's my mom. Check her out. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mom. I love you, and I'm proud of you. Pretty awesome. Look at her. Look at her. She didn't even want to take a before picture because she's like, it's not going to work for me. So I had to go find a before picture from a football game. So this journey has taught me one thing above all else. This isn't the end goal, right? It's not the end goal for any of us. It's just the beginning. Losing weight was never the destination. It was a stepping stone to something greater. Living fully and feeling amazing and never looking back at the struggle of diets ever again. Never. Was it hard? Yeah. But like I tell my boys, tell them all the time, it's our family motto, we can do hard things. My two sons, Ryan and Nick, they're actually my motivation. They inspire me and they push me, even though they have no idea what they do. They both do extremely hard things every day, and they don't ever once complain about it. So you better believe I and you guys, we can do the same. Even though changing your lifestyle is nothing really compared to playing football in Arizona in 110 degrees, right? Or special warfare in the US Navy. I mean, I think just sometimes we need a little bit of perspective, right? I think about that, and I say, you can mix the enhance again on the bottom of your cup when it settles. It's gonna be okay, just mix it up and keep drinking it, right? Seriously, like that's the hardest thing of your day? But seriously, this is the lifestyle that changed everything for me. And now you have the opportunity to change circumstances for someone else. So take the step, trust the process, and remember, no matter what age you are, you can do this, right? So we all know somebody out there struggling. It could be your sister, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's you. And maybe, just maybe, today is the day that you stop waiting, right? You start leading. Your transformation, your story, and your courage to say yes, that could be the reason that somebody else finally takes action. So I want you to be the example. I want you to be the proof that change is possible. I want you to be the one who goes first. Because the world doesn't need more people sitting on the sidelines. We don't. It needs more people ready to rise, ready to lead, and ready to show others what's possible. And today, guess what? That starts with you guys, right? You and you and you. So thank you so much.